A wooden tub about half full of water. Oh, great. This has the professor's washing floating around in it. White shirts, grey socks, red underpants. A wooden tub about half full of water. Oh, great. This has the professor's washing floating around in it. A large handwritten book. It looks like it's been used a lot. It's the Gremlin's diary. Perhaps I'll find some hints about the cellar. Let's take a closer look. Who would have ever thought that it would fall to someone like me, an old archaeologist, to stop this madness? And I didn't find the key to it on one of my expeditions, not in dark dungeons or in fiery mountains. Oh no, I discovered the answer in an old book. He must mean the book that was hidden in the cellar, in which the information about the artifact's whereabouts is written. The notes end mid-sentence. I wonder why I haven't heard anything from Archmage Alistair yet. I sent Beetle out with a message for him yesterday morning. I hope nothing has... That was the last entry. There are others before it. What's this at the beginning of this page? Today I have been examining the books that I brought back from the Grindle Mountains. Amongst them was a book about herbs and tinctures. An old herbalist was adamant that I would find a recipe to cure my cold feet in it. What a disappointment, though. Just superstitious nonsense about frog eyes and wool socks. I was just about to burn the book when I noticed that the volume contained other things. A disturbing tale of a tragic relationship between a magician and his pet sheep Boris, as well as a travel log written by a fairy explorer. The travel log described how the explorer landed on an island in the West Seas whilst searching for undiscovered fairy tribes. He created several very beautiful sketches of the temple ruins that can be found on that island. I will use these to entertain myself and translate the runes he drew. The next entry was made 2 days later. It's only barely legible. The gremlin appears to have been very excited. It must be the entrance. The wrath of the gods caused the temple to sink into the ocean, of course. But not all, not all. Ye gods, my hands are still shaking despite the fact that Beetle made me a calming herbal tea before he left. Good old Beetle, he has obviously got no clue how significant my discovery is. I have sent him to Master Alistair, the Archmage of the Humans. He is to hand him a sealed letter. Tomorrow Master Alistair will arrive, and I can unburden myself of this terrible responsibility. I will not be able to sleep a wink. And next there's the last entry that I read out before. There's nothing else there. Old parchment and yellowing papers, filled with texts in many different foreign languages. Adonisham Western, Quenya and Sindarin, and technical drawings in Kuzdul. I think these are all the things that the professor uses on his digs. A brush, a little shovel, a sieve. I'll take the sieve. The rest looks pretty useless. A stone casket placed in a wooden box. The box looks very cheap. It could be one of those storage containers. The stone chest is decorated with 2 angels and has writing on it too. I can't read it. What's likely to happen, eh? Sand. Is it me, or has it just got much warmer in here? The chest is filled to the brim with fine sand. I haven't got a clue what else might be in there. I can hardly sift my way through the sand with my hand. There is something in there. A little brass key. Let's see. There's a bit of paper in the box. The paper's densely covered with writing. Deus ex machina. The ghost in the machine is the heading. There's also a drawing of a stone figure. At its feet is a vessel containing liquid. Let's take a look. The ghost in the machine is wise to all the secrets of this house. That's what's written here. Blah blah. Pour the fuel into the bowl at the foot of the machine to awaken the ghost. Fuel? Oh, here. Grind the beans and tip the powder into boiling water, then pour the mixture into the bowl. We've already had that bit. You'll get the beans from the machine. Strange. A machine that's meant to be familiar with all the secrets of the house. Wait, there is something else. There's a 6-sided flat stone hidden under the paper. It has something a bit like a knob on the top of it. Looks like the base for a statue. It's made out of stone and it's covered with strange characters. Let's see. Fits perfectly. I wonder if How pretty. Ooh, this must be the ominous machine which is reputed to have a ghost living in it. The vessel at its base must be for fuel. The statue has small holes in its nose, and it appears that the mouth could be opened. Hello, you in there, ghost? Give me beans for your draft. Oh, mighty ghost in the machine, give me the beans for your delicious, godly draft. Let's look at it this way. If you don't give me the beans, then I won't be able to prepare your stupid draft, and that won't be of any use to anyone. Why the wait? The vessel's a few centimetres deep and empty. There are some brown stains on the bottom. An old watering can made out of metal. It's small even by gremlin standards. That was suspiciously easy. The rope is broken and the bucket's probably at the bottom of the well where it's of no use to anyone. That should hold. Let's give it a whirl. It worked. This means that I have a gremlin watering can full of water. It works! The beans are being ground to powder. That's it. A pile of logs. There is no way that MacGuffin will get through the winter with such a small amount, not even autumn. Three should be enough. Once they get going, they'll burn for a few hours. They'll burn well. They're dry as bone. An upturned flower pot made of clay. There's a stone under it. That could be a firestone. That's coming with me. Presumably the professor wanted to prevent the stone getting wet. I'll give it a go. What? The watering can with the cold well water is hanging on the metal arm. Let's see. The water's boiling. A watering can full of hot water. Very well. The water's turning brown. And it smells... lovely. That's the fuel for the machine sorted. The back of the fireplace. When MacGuffin wanted to heat his food up, he just needed to put it into one of those little stoves. Would appear to be a mirror frame. There are still a few broken shards of the old mirror around the edges. The mirror's turned so it reflects the fireplace. Strange. A carpenter's cup. It looks old. And woe betide if this whole effort's in vain. Hello? You there, ghost. I have to find the secret cellar. Will you help me? Oh no. A clever mechanism. So this is the legendary secret cellar. The cellar continues on behind these bars. I can't see anything, but I bet that the book's in there somewhere. A picture on a stone slab. It depicts a man in a robe with a staff in his hand. A jewel is glinting in the headpiece of the staff. Some sort of light beam shining on it. Hey, that's the staff that was in the picture on the wall. About 2 meters long, and it has a top made of bronze. It's just the jewel that's missing. Guess even a secret cellar is in the end just a cellar, and all cellars have gardening tools such as these gardening shears. As long as I'm not expected to do the gardening now. Looks like a very ancient sarcophagus. Oh, strange. There are hinges on it, just like a door. Shame. Just a stinky mummy. What have we here?
What are you doing, Mortimer?
What the... Did you just speak? You speak?
Me? No.
Well, yes you do, quite obviously.
What is obvious?
That you can and do speak.
But of course.
But you just said that you didn't.
Why are you being so strange, Mortimer?
I'm not Mortimer.
Where is Mortimer?
You mean MacGuffin, the gremlin archaeologist who lives here, yes?
What?
Mortimer.
Yes?
You're called Mortimer?
No, of course not.
I think we're finished with this conversation.
I think you are slowly losing your marbles, Mortimer.
Presumably the sarcophagus lacks oxygen.
Yoo-hoo!
I will say this one more time. I'm not Mortimer.
Of course not, if you say so.
Mortimer has been kidnapped, and I wanted to rescue him. I guess...
That's terrible. You'll have to hide.
Me? Why?
They want to kidnap you.
That's already happened. Mortimer, it's Mortimer. Mortimer has already been kidnapped.
But that's impossible. Who is talking to me at night, then?
Mortimer is your friend, is he not? Did he, excavate you?
You could say that. I was lying in the dark for quite some time. Then the lid opened, and Mortimer was there. I've been with him ever since.
Well, as things look right now, Mortimer's not going to be here to chat for some time.
We do not chat. We discuss, we deliberate, we debate, we chat. But we would never go skiing.
Huh?
Why? Do you really want to go skiing?
I don't want to go skiing.
What is skiing?
No idea. Did you have an accident in a bandage factory?
No, I'm a mummy.
Don't mummies have their brains pulled out via their noses during the mummification process?
I don't think so.
I do. How exactly did the iron bars in the cellar open? Hey, I'm talking to you.
You can speak?
You know what? Forget it. I'll work it out for myself. I'd rather search through every nook and cranny of this house than inflict any more of these conversations upon my elven ears.
You can speak?
I know you've never been down there, but there was a staff in the cellar, and there's a precious stone that belongs on the top of it, a ruby. Do you know where it is?
But of course, Mortimer. You asked me to hide it for you. Don't you remember?
I must have forgotten about that.
Oh, what would you do without me?
Could you please just give it to me? I just need it for a second.
What?
The jewel. And before you ask, I mean the stone that you put somewhere safe for me. And please don't tell me that you've forgotten.
How could I forget that? You said it was very important that no one found the stone.
Oh, okay. Now please can I have it back?
Why would I give a complete and utter stranger Mortimer's stone?
But I am Mortimer.
Don't be ridiculous. You're too tall, too thin, too hairy, and you have those things there.
I'm a friend of Mortimer. He's sent me to fetch something out of the cellar.
I have never seen you here before, and I never forget a face.
Please, it's urgent.
I do not know whether I can trust you. I would only give a really good friend of Mortimer's the jewel.
That's me. I saved his life. Well, maybe.
Really? If you are truly a good friend of Mortimer, then you will be able to give me the answer to the following question. What color is his underwear?
Red. He mostly wears red underwear.
That's right. Red silk underwear. But I'm still not quite satisfied. So, what is his cat's name?
I know the answer, but I just have to pop out a moment.
Do hurry. I have a lot on today.
There's a stone in the undergrowth. There's something written on it, but I can't see what it is. That could be a little gravestone. I can't remove the undergrowth with my bare hands. It's very dense and has thorns. I don't believe it. Now I've ended up doing the gardening. It is indeed a gravestone. A little gravestone made of granite that's got Kinski inscribed on it. I bet that the light beam is meant to enter the house through that window. I just can't reach it. The window's open. The last rays of sunlight can enter the house.
Yoo-hoo!
I know what Mortimer's cat's called.
So what? I do too.
His cat died some while ago. Her gravestone's outside. Her name was Kinski.
It was a tomcat. The poor thing was always so happy playing with my bandages.
Yes, very sad, very sad. But hopefully this proves that I am a good friend of old Mortimer, does it not?
You have only answered one of my questions.
2? You asked me about his underwear.
But why would his underwear be of any interest to me?
Oh, come on, don't change the subject. Are you going to give me that jewel now?
No, not yet. I have one last question. What did Count Grunschfeld or Pieperbock say to his adjutant Henninger shortly before the Battle of Budleberg?
Huh?
Wrong.
No, I just don't understand what you're talking about.
I am a trifle unsure about this too. It is a bit like a coded question.
And do you know the answer?
Of course. Mortimer told me.
And you haven't forgotten it?
No. So, what is the answer?
234, of course.
Oh? What?
234. I know all about that. Mortimer told me many times.
234 what?
How can anyone who is a good friend of Mortimer not know that?
But how? What?
234. Mortimer never told you that?
Well, yes. 234?
So it turns out that you aren't such a good friend after all then, if you don't even know anything about the 234.
Oh. Oh, that! You mean that 234?
Yes, exactly.
With that thingy?
Precisely. I see that you are a good friend of old Mortimer's after all.
Of course.
Splendid! Now that you've proven that, can you give me the jewel?
At last. Many thanks.
You're welcome. The small amounts of light from outside are somehow gathered in this box and exit as a light beam from the glass eye. Huh, not bad. Presumably gnome technology. That explains why the mirror was hanging there. It was there to reflect the light. I must find a replacement. A small old-fashioned shield. The inside is highly polished. Perfect. The shield's reflecting the light beam down into the cellar. Fits perfectly. The light beam is reflected by the little figure's mirror, but it's simply shining onto the floor. There are strange marks on the figure's pedestal. Looks like the figure may have been turned. I've got to try and turn it back to its original position. This must be the secret book. Oh, it's been written by hand and there are several pictures. There are a few words written in orange ink. That doesn't exist, does it? The artifact of divine fate. This is serious. I should get this book to the Archmage as quick as I can. As long as I don't bump into the sorcerer or his troll, I should manage to make Seastone by midday tomorrow. Shouldn't be a problem. Uh-oh. Ah! Ah!
Why are you staring like that? Never seen a town guard before?
No. You're a human, aren't you?
Me? Yes, you could say that. Never been anything else.
Wow.
My name is Bartholomew Anton Shieldhand, Royal Town Guard of Seastone. And who are you?
My name is, Willow Brush, Weatherwood?
What kind of a name is that?
Well, it's just my name.
So you don't want to tell me your real name then? On a secret mission, are we?
Where am I?
This lovely seaside resort, residence of the Archmage and home of the sea shanty singers, is Seastone.
Seastone. Then I made it.
Absolutely, I'd say. And here's me thinking that the orcs were firing grunts at our walls again.
I have to see the Archmage. It's urgent.
Then I wish you the best of luck. The guard at the upper gate follows very strict procedures. He won't let you through to the Archmage that easily.
Is the Archmage even in his tower at the moment?
I'm not allowed to give out any information on that subject. Those are the regulations.
Can you tell me anything about the Archmage? Do you know him personally?
Of course I know him. The Seastone Town Guard is also responsible for protecting the Archmage.
Why does he need protection if he's as powerful as everyone says?
Well, he's not exactly the greatest of warriors.
No?
No. He's more strange. He thinks about stuff, you know.
Strange. Why does he do that?
Who knows, who knows.
What do you mean by upper town?
Well, the town's divided into the upper town and the lower town. The Archmage's tower is, of course, in the upper town.
And what's in the lower town?
Taverns, shops, the common people's dwellings. Well, at least they used to live there. Not anymore.
Where are the town's inhabitants?
Gone. Lots of them died when the town was besieged, and most of the survivors then went off with Gustav the Handsome to take revenge. That was rather less than successful.
And how many people are still living here?
Not so many anymore. If the Archmage hadn't had his tower here, the town would have probably been abandoned.
Sounds pretty sad.
But things will get better. Wait until we win the war, and everyone comes back. Well, those that are still alive.
But if almost no one lives here, who are you guarding?
Oh, I'm not guarding the inhabitants, I'm guarding the town. I'm guarding it like my father did before me and his father before him. But not his father, he was a blacksmith. But his brother-in-law was a town guard, and his father was a baker.
Interesting. I have to go. I'll get in to see the Archmage one way or another.
Well, I never. I have to get back to my post too. My break's over. So, Willowbrush Weatherwood, who wants to become a pirate, best of luck on your adventure. We'll no doubt bump into each other again.
Thanks, Mr. Shieldhand. See you later. I don't think anyone in my family has ever set foot in a human town before, not even Grandad.
Halt! Access only for authorised persons.
Shieldhand, are you the guard of the upper gate?
Dead right. And you don't have access to the upper town.
As I already mentioned to you at the outer gate, I must speak to the Archmage. It's urgent.
And as I've already mentioned to you, the guard at the upper gate follows very strict procedures.
But why didn't you say you were the guard?
Well, I wasn't on duty, and you shouldn't mix business with pleasure. Anyway, it's much funnier this way.
I wouldn't be so sure about that. There has to be a way to get to see the Archmage. What would I have to do?
Only people with personal invitations from the Archmage himself are allowed in. Do you have an invitation?
No, unfortunately not.
Well, there you go. Without an invitation, there's no way you'll ever be admitted to see the Archmage. But you could be admitted, of course. If you were a mage yourself.
Mages are allowed to speak with the Archmage.
Naturally. He's the head of the order, after all. You know any mages by any chance?
Well, I'd like to be one myself.
And I'd like to be a dewdrop on a wood elf's butt cheek.
Really? Why?
Well, Look, only mages or people with invitations can get into the tower.
So I'd be able to see the Archmage if I was accompanied by a mage?
No, the mage would be allowed up, not you. But you could say, give a message to the mage.
But I must speak to the Archmage himself, and I have to give him something.
Well then, you must be a mage yourself.
How do you know whether someone is a mage or not? Their magical aura? Or by the charisma and wisdom they radiate?
By their mage diploma.
Huh?
Every trained mage has a mage diploma. They can show it to me here, and then I let them into the upper town.
So that means if I show you a mage diploma, I can see the Archmage?
Well, show me an honestly acquired mage's diploma made out in your name, and I'll take you to the Archmage myself.
If there's no other way, then I, Wilbrush Weatherwood, will just end up being the first magician in a long line of pirates.
Good luck. You'll find the mage teacher in the tavern. Just see what he thinks of the idea.
I'm going to get my mage diploma. Just you wait and see.
Oh, yeah, right.
Oh man, there's no way I can do a full course of mage training just to get into the Archmage's tower. Maybe the mage teacher will lend me a diploma, and once I've given up the ring, well, maybe I could really take a stab at it. You hear a lot of bad things about rundown taverns. On the other hand, they're often the starting point of many a fantastic adventure, and to be perfectly honest, I haven't had enough of those yet.
Have you got Form 12B for me? Oh, the blue one. No, it's just a green one. Hurry up. The post office is about to close for lunch. You're going to the post office? Oh, I'll come with you. I need a delivery note and I want to send off a registered letter.
What are you doing?
What do you think? You can see what we're doing. We're playing. Oh, damn, I've forgotten my ID card. You can have a copy of your passport certified by a solicitor. Hang on, I'll mark the solicitor for you on the map.
What are you playing?
The only true kind of game, a role-playing game.
And what is this role-playing game all about?
It's set in a fantasy world. Totally without dragons, orcs, and magic. But instead... Oh! Here, come over here. I found the tax inspector. Wait for me, I'll be there in a sec. Once I've got this stamp, I can finally conclude the fiscal year. You know what that means? Tax office!
And you really enjoy playing the game?
Of course! Certainly. You can escape the tedium of reality with all its magic and monsters. And you meet new people. It's not only us who play this game. It's played all over the world. There are 6 people currently online. Well, 4 if you don't include us. But one's just gone off to the toilet.
And when is the game over? When have you won?
Won. There is no winner. Just like in real life. The game has no end. You just keep on playing and... Oh! A traffic warden's wanting to write me a ticket. Leave her. That's a hard quest series. You can try to lodge a written appeal and then you have to...
So the game never ends? Great. Might I ask you who you both are?
Of course. I'm Jack Smith, level 42 consultant at a medium-sized cooperative bank. But I want to retrain as a tax consultant with specialization in tax-effective investments. They have really fabulous skill trees. And I'm Mary Ellen Skittles, level 40, local government officer. My bicycle's got a 3-speed gear.
I've not the slightest idea what those two are talking about. Maybe it's a role-player thing. I meant, who are you two in real life?
Oh, right. I used to be a successful merchant. I had a shop here in town and lots of market stalls. Now all I own is that knackered old stall outside the door there. No customers, no business.
And maybe I could buy something from you.
Yeah, great. Why, whatever.
And who are you?
I'm Master Marcus, the local mage teacher.
You're the mage teacher. Could you maybe...
Shh, the game's started.
Master Marcus, I need,
Shh, I'm playing.
Yes, but I urgently need,
Later!
But without a mage diploma, I can't...
Listen, I really haven't got time right now. My character's tax return is due. I've been playing towards it for days.
Not a prayer. I'm not going to get a blessed thing from Master Marcus as long as that game is running. A wooden box full of tools, including, amongst other things, a saw. Of course, the saw doesn't meet the gnome tool safety regulations and it's a tad rusty. Still, I think it's usable. Mum bottles apple sauce in jars like that back home. Ours are smaller though. A door bearing a sign that says server's room, no entry. No choice. What the? A hairy demon. He's operating a machine. He's not really likely to let me saw that chair while he's sitting on it. A small black container. It could be an inkwell. The server is so busy working that he won't notice a thing. The chair is still standing, but it should tip over pretty easily. There are a lot of index cards in the filing cabinet. Each card bears a small table and a picture. The cards are sorted alphabetically. Let's see. Rare watering can, volume 5 litres. Used for geraniums, increases potted plant lifespan by 2. Epic folder, offers room for up to 16 forms. Slip-resistant suspenders, prevents sock slippage. These index cards seem to contain descriptions of all the items in the game. Now, let's see if we can annoy the demon. Oh, that demon's fast. He must have amazing intellectual powers. Time for another go. That would have hurt the being made of flesh and blood.
Hey, what's going on? Nothing's working. Has the server crashed? And I'm standing in a restricted parking zone right now. I've just about had enough of this. You pay all that money month after month, the developers make huge profits and still nothing works. Everything they've got is junk. All a whole load of totally outdated technology. I've had enough. I'm writing a complaint. If they don't get their technical problems under control, then I'm out of here. Absolutely, me too.
Excellent. It looks like all I have to do is ensure a second technical problem and the tool will finally stop playing. There's a small stone beside the large one. It's half buried in the ground. Ugh! I've discovered the secret world of beetles, bugs, and fleas and spiders. Okay then, I'll collect some of those bugs in the jar. Done. Let's see. Ah!
Oh, what's going on now? The server's gone crazy. Completely buggy.
Ah!
That's it. I can't be bothered anymore. I'm checking this in. They'll suffer the consequences for what they're doing. Right. Well, I'll give them one more chance. But just one. It's not like we couldn't stop if we wanted to. We could, but we don't want to. Too right. Except if they don't get to grips with their problems. Then it's over. Write that to them.
No way! What will it take to finally get those two to stop playing? Hey, what did you just hide there?
Nothing.
I saw you eating something, and then you hid it when you saw me. What was it?
You what? I wasn't eating anything.
Oh, yes, you were. It was a long, yellow thing.
And if I was? That's a whole crateful that's been delivered. And I'm taking the rest to the monkey just as soon as I have my next break period.
That's food for the hairy demon in the tavern.
What do you mean, a demon? That's a monkey.
A what?
A monkey. Monkeys love bananas. And me too.
Isn't it dangerous for humans to eat demon food?
What? Bananas are delicious. The monkey goes crazy for them.
Would you let me try a banana?
No, I've already eaten two, and the monkey still needs to have some, sorry. If you would excuse me, I have to, guard the town.
You want to eat more of them, right?
Perhaps.
Hello, Mr. Shieldhand.
Hello, Willowbrush. What do you want?
About the food for that hairy demon.
Yes?
Where did you get the demon food?
The roleplay company sends a crate every week by air freight. I receive them and take them to the tavern.
And it doesn't bother anyone that you take a couple of those things from every delivery?
Well, perhaps it's not officially.
Those two players get really upset about technical difficulties in their role-playing game.
Yes. And?
Could the difficulties be related to the fact that someone is depriving the hairy demon of his food?
Well, no. I can't imagine that.
What if we ask the merchant and the mage teacher what they think about it? After all, they pay a lot of money to ensure that the game works.
Well,
And if it really is due to the lack of fruit, maybe they would like their money back.
All right. Here's a banana. You have to peel the skin off it before you can eat it. Now get out of here.
Oh, thanks ever so much. can distract him with this. Hey, demon, look what I have here.
What's going on now? Can you do anything?
No, everything's locked up.
I've got lag.
Lag.
I'm not going to get upset about it. Why should I get upset about it?
What?
I started playing this game because it was fun. It isn't anymore. And if it isn't fun, then you should just stop playing it.
Devil!
Bill, are you all right? Bill, you've got to breathe. Come on, let's get some fresh air. We'll pick up where we left off in a few days, okay?
I did it! At last they stopped playing. I'll be able to have a halfway normal conversation with them now. The mage teacher simply must lend me a diploma. How else can I get into the tower? A roll of transparent tape. With sticky. A weather vane in a mage school. I wonder if my parents would be able to accept the fact that I'm different. Oh, wow!
Can I help you?
I need to see the Archmage, Master Marcus. It's urgent.
Why are you bothering me with that? The Archmage and I, we aren't necessarily the best of friends.
I can't get into the upper part of the town without a mage diploma.
I understand, and what should I do about it?
I thought, well, maybe you could lend me a diploma. I urgently need to give something to the Archmage. Something important for the good of the world.
Everything that good does is, after all, important, right? But I can't help you. I can't just award degrees to any old Tom, Dick, or Harry. The Mage Guild already has me under close scrutiny.
Is there really no other way? I must give the Archmage something important.
I'm not going to take it to him, and Bill the Merchant is not permitted in the upper town. There's the town guard. He could take it up there for you.
I can't. I swore to give it to the Archmage personally.
Then, my little friend, you're going to have to become a mage graduate.
Can I do that? Become a certified mage, I mean.
Of course, anyone can be whatever they want if only they desire it enough.
Yes, that's true.
No, it's not.
But I can try, can't I?
Most people have so little magic in them that they can't even cast one itty-bitty spell in their whole life.
I want to try.
Don't be silly.
What else should I do? I'm certainly not going to just sit around here and do nothing. So, can I become a student?
All right, then, Mr. Gnome.
Wilbur Weathervane.
Then, Wilbur Weathervane, if you want to be admitted to this mage school of excellence, you will need 3 things. You need a mage's robe. Not just any old rags, of course, something substantial made of magical fabric. Then you need a wand. That's your most important tool as a mage. Well, besides your mind. And thirdly, a pile of gold.
Gold?
A whole pile of it. If I'm going to be wasting my time, I at least want to get paid for it.
Fine. And how fast can I complete my diploma?
That depends entirely on you. As a pupil of this establishment, you can take your exam at any time. Some manage very quickly. Most never pass at all.
Why don't you like the Archmage? Did he do something to you?
No, it's just that we've known each other for aeons. You could say all our lives, really. And he gets on my nerves.
Why?
His raised index finger. His idealism, he always just sees the good in everything.
And what's wrong with believing in good?
Nothing. I used to as well. But when you look at what's happened to this town, what's happening to so many other towns, then you really have to be an idiot not to doubt everything.
I see no reason to.
Then you're just a happy gnome.
You wouldn't perhaps have an old robe I could wear?
Certainly not. Not in your size anyway, little man. Anyway, it's tradition for the prospective mage to tailor their first robe themselves. Can you sew?
Oh, I was always good at handicrafts.
That's good. You can't imagine how ridiculous lots of these mages look with their self-tailored robes, or without them when a gust of wind blows. Mage robes have to be made out of a special magical fabric. It protects you from many simple spells and curses, but for that it has to be sewn using a magical needle as well.
So I need a magically treated cloth and a needle and thread. That much is clear. And I need a pattern. I mean, it's not like I know a lot about magic robes. Can I buy a magic wand here in the school? Or is there somewhere else I can find one?
You can't just buy any old wand. The wand has to fit the mage, you understand? The wand picks the mage, not the other way around. Ask Bill the merchant if he's got a couple of wands. Lots of good mages have died recently. Perhaps you'll get lucky.
I'm a poor gnome. Where am I supposed to get a pile of gold?
If I knew where there were piles of gold just lying around, then I would have helped myself by now, don't you think?
Can't I just work off my debt once you've accepted me as a student?
Ah, a gnome can't earn that much with honest work.
You don't expect me to steal, do you?
There are many gradations between honest work and stealing. Take Whooperman, the showman. He's very rich, and that without ever having worked, and without ever stealing.
How does that work?
He knows people's folly and makes use of it. Ask him.
How can I find him?
His wagon is out there on the meadow. Here, take this.
A postcard?
It shows you the most important points around here. You can use it to quickly get between one place and another.
Whoa! Nice glasses you're wearing.
Oh, these. These are magic glasses. We mages can read invisible secret texts with them.
Something like that really exists.
Of course. Many mages are very distrustful and guard their knowledge like a treasure.
And what are you reading there?
The weekly magical paper, classified section.
Wow! I'll go and get what I need then.
If you say so.